Hi luminaries, in this video we are going to make a wearable or decorable pom-pom garland. Where I grew up in Thailand, we actually had these garlands for ceremonial purposes, weddings, decorating the altar, etc. And they're just so beautiful and I just love them so much. And I thought no matter when you are at the time of the year, New Year's, Christmas, birthday, these are great gifts to make because they're so bold and they're so beautiful. And in this video, we are going to draw on kind of 4 skills that we have been learning over the course of since we've had this business, which is pom-pom making both dense trimming and loose trim, attaching your pom-poms together, tassel making, and then attaching your tassel together. And those are the 4 skills that we're going to use. And then what you'll need are both of your loom tool, the large one and the small one, preferably the robot. We're going to use the narrower end, your pom pom trim guide, tassel comb, embroidery floss, yarn. In this case, we use Omegacryl, which is a Mexican yarn. They're so vibrant. And although it can be a little bit tricky to work with because they're so thin, they are just really worth it because they're so pretty. A nylon cord. In this case, I have a 1mm nylon cord, sharp scissors, of course, and metal needle. This is really helpful. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to take you through how to make a pom-pom or a tassel. I'm actually going to provide a link in the description so that we could paste this pretty quickly. And then you could actually go separately to those videos to learn how to make these types of pom-poms and tassels. So let me set everything aside. And this is what we're going to need for this project. So if you're going to make a garland that goes like basically around the neck, what we'll need are, okay, let me set this aside. You're going to need, let me read my list here. 2 tassels made with your long, big loom tool, which is made with this, okay? So you need 2, in this case, I like green. This is what I have in my drawing. What you like to do too is that you might want to sketch it out, just gives you kind of a visual reference. And then you're going to need 4 dense trim pom-pom. Okay, so these are it. And then you're going to need 24 kind of loose trim. They look like flowers. They remind me of marigolds. We use marigolds in Thailand, and they're just so beautiful. And many of you who may know, in India, marigolds is also a really special flower, and it's used all the time. Okay, so I'm going to review a couple things. In terms of pom-poms, so we're going to make 3 different types of pom-poms. Okay. Let me just go over how many revolutions you will need to wind and how you want to trim. So this is both of these are 175 revolutions with this Omegacryl, this really thin yarn, trimmed down with your pom-pom trim guide. This is 140 revolutions made a really, really dense trim. This is 200 revolutions, also a dense trim. Okay, and then with the tassel, this is the one that goes like this. This is 80 revolutions. Okay, so I will actually have all of that in the description, so you don't have to jot it down. You could always refer to that. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you through kind of attaching and then forming the garland itself. Okay, so let's first start. What we're going to do is we're going to make this right here. Okay, so you're going to take your needle. And then you're going to take your long ends here for your tassel, thread that through your needle, and then you're going to find your tight center cord here. Again, I'll link the technique, but all you do is you take your needle and you gently poke your pom-pom. And what's going to happen is that you're going to hit, once you hit the cord, you're going to feel which direction it's going. So in this case, it's doing this. It's the cord is, the tie, middle tie is in that direction. So let me show you. So like in this here, see, it's going in this direction. And what you want to do is you want to go underneath that tight tie like this with your needle. Okay, so it should look like that. So let me do that here. Okay. And the reason why we go under the tight tie like that, oops, okay, hold on, it's going like this way, is because then what happens that then this pulls on that tie tie, it doesn't pull in the middle of the pom-pom. And then now we're gonna tie. And once you tie that, I might have to jiggle this a little bit, okay? We're gonna make a knot so that it stays really secure. Turn it over and tie. And then what you could do, since this is the same color, you could just let it be part of the tassel, and then you just wanna trim. Okay, now we're gonna attach the next pom-pom. And what you'll need is you'll need some leftover embroidery floss from your pom-pom making. And I just take 2 strands because you actually don't need all 6 strands. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do that. Same concept, poke this gently, find your tight middle tie and see which direction it's going. Let me see, in this purple you could probably see. Let me try to split the pom-pom. Okay, I could tell it's going in this direction right here. Maybe, oh, yep. I don't know, can you see that in the video? You see that white little tie there? Gonna go underneath it. Pull through. Make sure your ends are even. And then I like to make a knot. This way it's really secure. And then now what you're gonna do is you're gonna thread through and just pull a short tail. You don't have to pull a long tail, just a short tail. Do the same. You're gonna find sometimes it takes a little bit to find. Okay. Oops. Okay. When you poke this, I know it's definitely not over here. It's over here somewhere. So funny, usually I find it really quickly. Okay, here we go, it's right here. Now I'm gonna go underneath like that, pull through. Again, same. Make a tie, pull it, make a knot. Secure it. I always like to turn it like this and then tie on the other side. I just feel like this helps it be even more secure. Especially if you're gonna wear it, you wanna make sure that it's, you know, kind of snug in there. Okay. And then there's 2 options. Sometimes I like to actually just take my needle, push this through, and then I like to thread the tail through and take it to the middle of the pom-pom, and then it becomes really secure, and then it's hidden in there. Or you could just cut it off. Doesn't matter. I mean, I think after making like 4 knots, it's pretty secure. You're in pretty good shape. Okay, we'll do the same for the pink. I'm gonna fast forward this part because it's pretty much the same concept. And then once I'm done with that, I will come back, and then attaching these ones will be very different and much, much easier, less time consuming. Okay, let's find that tie middle tie together. Go underneath. Oops. And then I will fast forward and I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, now we have 2 identical sides. So let's look at our reference. So like this, I didn't add the pink, I added that because I thought it was cute. Okay, so now I am going to now attach the rest of this together, and this is where we will need our nylon cord and all of your pom-poms. So you can see here, I have actually 3 different colors of yellows. I think it's just really nice to have a gradient of colors, because then that makes it look somewhat like kind of natural and kind of breaks up the eyes a little bit. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your nylon cord, thread it, okay, and you're gonna measure it. Measure it to your neck or your garland and leaving a lot of slack, okay? So this is probably about 40 inches that I'm gonna cut. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna attach it to the top of your pom-pom, repeating the same process almost when you attach the other ones. So this is what we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna tie these 2 together, okay? And we're gonna make a knot. Okay, make several knots. I'm gonna make 4 so that it really stays together. So as you can see, one side is really short and the other side is long. Okay, so make 4 knots. Now we're gonna take the other end. And with this pom-pom, from now on, what we're gonna do is you're gonna find this tight middle tie still. I think you can see it from this, yeah, because this is a loose pom-pom. You're not gonna go underneath this, you're gonna actually just go in the middle here. So let me show you on a pom-pom that's not cut. So before we went underneath the tie, now we wanna go through the middle like this, okay? Because you're just stranding them together. So where was that? And I'll link again to the video because we have another extensive video that actually shows you all the detail. Oops, wrong color. Okay, let me start with the lighter one. Picked up the wrong one, okay. Pull it through, pull it through, pull it through. Okay. We could always cut this off later. Okay, let me get all the light yellow in. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. You don't have to make it super scrunched together. You want it to have some space, and then that way it's a little bit longer and it just looks really, really nice because it has a little bit more of a flow to it rather than like a compact tight together. Okay. All right, so why don't I meet you back once I finish stranding all of this, and then we're ready to end on this side. Okay? See you in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here first real quickly because I actually wanted to show you, you could actually just make this into just kind of like a hanging piece, and this is so pretty if you're gonna put it by a door, by your workspace, whatever it is. It's also a great gift. So this is what it would look like. So pretty, isn't it? I'm gonna continue stranding on, and then I will meet you back when we're done. Okay, we're almost done. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. It's so pretty. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, take my hands and try to make sure that the pom-poms aren't totally scrunched up together, because I like that look. You could also like make them so that they're a little bit more tight and compressed together. And this is what they would look like if they are more compressed together. So just imagine, see how they're a little bit more, just like more tight and scrunched. Okay. So what I'll do, okay. Looking good. Okay, so now how you attach it to this last piece is very, very easy. So you're gonna find that tight middle tie again. Shouldn't be too hard, especially on a fluffy, loose trim pom-pom. Here we go. I could feel it. So it's going this way. So I'm just going to take it underneath like this, pull through. Okay. Like this. And then you're just going to make a tie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. Okay. Pull so that they're a little closer together. Okay, so see how I did that? Okay, let me just show you again. Take this, pull this like this, pull this underneath, and then you're just going to thread this through. Okay, and it would now become a tie. Okay, you can make a couple other knots too by repeating the same. Again, let's do the same. Go underneath this and then pull through. Okay. And then you could either hide it or you could thread it through another pom-pom so that it's really, really hidden and secure, and then cut off the nylon cord. So it's completely up to you. So I'm just going to take it through my other pom-pom. And just cut that off. And then you're all set. Look at that. So vibrant, so beautiful. Just imagine this going, you know, across, over the back of their neck and just draping. Sorry, this camera is not big enough to show everything, but it's just so pretty. It really reminds me of my childhood. So beautiful. Enjoy, everyone.